Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're here playing This Book is a Dungeon. This dungeon is a book. Part of my Steam cleaning series, where I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually, then arbitrarily rate and or review them with a wee bit of playtime. Now, I don't quite know what this game is, but I'm willing to bet that it's a book that's a dungeon that's 40,000 words. No, that's just the dev diary? Huh. Anyway, we're going to start from the beginning. That seems fair to me. Tick, 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 tick. You remember a time when you used to steal aching glances of the clock, praying for the strike of merciful hour that had finally set you free. Temporarily released from the shackles of the tiresome workday, you'd eagerly rush home, shed your work clothes like a burdensome second skin, and flint off into the night to join your friends for merriment and mischief. Those days are gone. The shift came on slowly at first. Sharp pains, dizziness, relentless insomnia. But even as more unsettling changes tightened their grip within you, it became clear something was very wrong. Poke, prodded, examined, analyzed, a battery of tests, a gauntlet of medical pummeling, and anxious uncertainty, then the waiting. When the call finally came, you already knew the answer, for the words rolled off the lips, rasping on the other end. Lost in an echo chamber, your mind parses only snippets of the doctor's news, the ones that stung the most. It's terminal. A year left to live. Maybe two at best. I am so sorry. And then you're alone. Now time is your enemy, siphoning away the last of you with every passing moment, draining the light, color from your world. Leaving an empty shell in its of aching hopelessness and dark anticipation. And cackling of keyboards, ringing of phones, and casual banter of clueless coworkers is a steady ache. It rakes at the ends of the frayed corners, pulls at the tattered edge of your weary mind. The appointment hour had arrived. It dampens the din, if only for a short while. Tomorrow's another day, for them at least. For you, possibly. You linger for just a minute longer, letting the eager parade filter through the exit. Last to leave, you close up, lock the door, and pull your overcoat tight around you. A splitting mist turns to a downpour well before you reach the dry sanctuary of the putrid subway entrance. The stairs are a descent into unpleasant smells and hustled near misses, bustling crowds crush together to get to and from their mundane 9 to 5s. For a moment, you miss the simplicity of routine, the promise of continence. Standing at the end of the platform, you look down at the electrified track. Wind picks up in the tunnel, signaling the rapid approach of a train. Your mind wanders. You'd imagine what it's like to be caught on the tracks where the trains come barreling through at 60 miles per hour. Death is a beacon, drawing you ever closer. It swirls and dances on the sparkling steel girders below. It teases and taunts only inches away. Come to me, whispers the siren's call. It is not yet time. You take a few steps back from the yellow line. 20 minutes feel like an eternity in the packed subway car. Damp, sweaty, exhaustion and regret mixed with promise and delusion. A wagon full of cattle, oblivious. Out. Stop by stop, the opening and closing of the doors thins the herd. It's a welcome culling, shifting of space, shifting of knots. Soon you're the last, and you can breathe easily again. But you still scan the car with a quick glance out of habit, one last time to make sure you're truly alone. Except you're not quite alone. There's a small leather satchel sitting on an empty seat in the far corner of the car. You glance around again, not trusting your weary eyes. There's still not a living soul to save your own. The handrail is sticky with grime from the clutch of 1,000 dirty fingers. Filthy. You wince at its touch, but it offers stability as you work away to the other end of the car towards the orphan's satchel. Where did the owner go? The bag is weathered and worn. Some tired soul will no doubt be missing its contents. A high-pitched whine pierces the air as the car rocks and rattles. The light flickers. 32nd Street. Your stop. Time to go. Oh, my first choice. I don't know. What would I do in the situation? I would probably take it and turn it into Lost and Found. That's what I'd probably take the bag. You instinctively reach out and swipe the bag, figuring it is better off in your hands than left Wander the dark tunnels inside the giant metal beast alone. Thick, stale underground air turns cool and damp as you emerge from the city's high-speed intestines and hit the noisy streets above. 340 steps later, you're at the door of your second-story apartment. Fumbling the keys, muttering under your breath, the lock finally gives way. Feeling off your soaked coat, you dropped everything on the table, kicking off your shoes, and check your answer machine. You have no new messages. Surprise there. Ignoring the pile of unwashed dishes and the empty fridge, you slide back to the table and remember. Bag. Inside the bag, you find an old book. Oh, hey. Graphics. The book is aged and weathered. Its cover is adorned with ominous skeleton beings that look half human, half serpent, and the title is written in a language that you don't have the tongue to decipher. Well, I guess I'll open the book. Also, the cursor is offset a little bit because of the fact that I'm playing resolution that's weird. So it doesn't look like I'm clicking on stuff, but I am. Unlocking the old book, you open the cover and flip through the dusty pages. The book appears to be blank. How odd. First page. Braille pages seem brittle to the touch, as if they're in danger of crumbling to nothing, yet your fingers resonate with unknown. Last page. You turn to the last page, nothing. First page. Last page. First page. Last page. First page. Last. Okay, fine. Random page. You lift to a random page and find nothing. Are your eyes playing tricks on you? Or did you see the faint glimmer of words fading from view just now? First page. Last page. First page. Last page. Random page. Random page. Flipping through the pages, a faint flicker of ink catches your eye. You flip back several pages, try to find it. After much searching, you uncover the page that sports a faint drawing of a keyhole, sketched in pencil. You instinctively reach out a finger and trace over the drawing. A sudden sharp pain, a paper cut. It spurs you to pull your hand away quickly. Looking down, you notice the keyhole sketch has changed into a fanged serpent. Spots of your blood dot the page. The room swims. You feel faint and disorientated. Your vision goes blank as you hit. Sharp impact slams your temple, jolting your synapses with electrical force. It sends raw white heat burning through your consciousness. Then, empty space. You fall through the black void, erasing the past, erasing the future, only the present. What is happening? Where am I? Who am I? What is this darkness eating away inside me? And then, a light. Right. Click it. Oh, hello. You wake in a small chamber illuminated by the light of a single flickering torch resting in a sconce at the far wall. A sharp throb pulsing behind your eyes fades quickly, but your unpleasant chill is creeping in. You notice words scratched into the stone floor. At this distance, the torchlight is too dim to make out what they say. Grab the torch from the wall, sconce, and take comfort in the subtle warmth that breathes across your face. You can now get a better look at your surroundings. Holding the torch closer to the floor, you can clearly read the inscription carved there. It reads, Chapter 1. Why the Walls Bleed. A heavy wooden door to the south appears to be the only way out of this pit. The door creaks as the shutters open and you strain your weight against it. You find yourself in a larger stone room that's cavernous and empty. The echoing sound of water droplets comes from a passage to the west. You catch a whiff of something familiar, something out of place. Is that... ... You also notice another passageway to the east, as well as the door you just came through. Citrus? That's kind of a cool effect. Based on the map I have, I want to go west because it closes off dead end, and I'd rather not have to go back. The narrow corridor opens into a dead-end room that reeks of overripened fruit. You're blasted with the sweet, pungent odor that nearly overpowers you. Looking around, you notice a viscous red substance draining out of 7 large round holes in the wall. The mysterious fluid drips down in a slow, syrupy cascade, collecting in stone bases carved on the base of the wall. The only exit is through the passage you came in, to the east. Reddish substance. Blood. Sweet odor is emanating from the odd liquid. You decide to leave it alone for now, and exit the passage to the east. Looking further into unknown depths, your eyes play tricks in the torchlight. What lurks in the darkness ahead, skittering away just beyond the glow of your torch. As you round the corner, you notice a small alcove, passageway here. Corridor continues to the east. Northern passage leaves around corner back to the west. Alcove. There's a large crack in the wall of the alcove. It's not big enough for you to squeeze through. Who knows what's in there? Reach inside the hole. You reach into the crack and find a crude mechanical switch. You activate the switch. You hear a faint rumbling of grinding stone further ahead from the corridor. The endless passageway section wall is shifted to reveal a hidden alcove view. As you approach torch hall, you see a monstrous form emerge from darkness, lumbering towards you. It attacks. Flee for your life. Rattled by the shambling horror, you drop the torch and flee back into the black void. Fumbling blindly down the corridor, you bolt deeper into the darkness. You're not alone. Run. Quickening beat of your pulse is pounding in your ears. You feel your way through the pitch black. You cannot give up. You cannot make it. Run. Only a little farther. Run. Is it still there in the darkness? Run! You gasp for air. Pain shoots up your sides. You are slowing down. The ache in your muscles is tense, but you can't keep this. Your fingers are raw, bleeding from scraping your way along the stone walls. Your mind races. You're pacing legs. Your will is failing. You collapse on the floor in exhaustion. The world is dark and silent except for your pounding heart. Thump thump. Thump thump. Thump thump. Thump thump. Thump. Thump thump. Thump. Thump thump. Just when your pulse begins to slow and your breathing eases, a new sound catches your ear. It's very faint at first. The sound of insects scurrying along the floor. Sounds of saliva dripping from an open mouth, panting with hunger. You hold your breath. You struggle to lie still, but panting moves closer. Stops. Hi. Hello, you. A sharp sting pierces your leg as a tentacle appendage twines and draws it into the beast's slathering, fanged maw. You scream as it sinks teeth in your torso, ripping chunks of skin and organs away down the skeleton. Last thing you hear is a smacking and gnawing of the horror feasting on your entrails. Restart. Okay. Torchlight, surroundings. Chapter 1. Why the walls bleed. Door. East. East. North. A pile of bones and skulls lay scattered across a large stone slab in the center of this large far, while a series of sharp hooks dangled in the ceiling change. It is clear that much suffering befell the poor souls who met their fate in this place. Mirrors of the dried blood and now dark with time and decay paint a macabre scene. Pass away to the west. Alright, let's look at bones. Bones been picked clean, marking and being gnawed on your nose. Searching the remains that you disturb one of the skulls, which rolls off the stone slab and clatters to the floor. Beneath it, you find a scrap of paper. The aged parchment is faded and covered in drops of long dry blood. It reads, "This awful place, what have I done? What have I become?" Bones. Bones. Feeling compelled to shift through someone else's range, you poke around the bone heap. Find an old, rusty knife. Take it. Have it now. Sharp hooks. Imagine what it might feel like to be strung up with these rusty hooks in your guts, waiting to be eaten. Ugh. I have a knife now. I don't know if that's enough to kill a beast, but I got one. West. Floors collapse in the hallway, which is flooded with strange murky water. On the opposite side lies ornate. Turn to the depths and wonder what might lie waiting just beneath the chunks of rubble are crumbling on the side of the wall. Rubble. Pick up fish, try to jump a pebble and hurl it into the water. It splashes then sinks. The water's surface comes splashing to life as something makes quick work of the rubble. Please get around the edges of the water corridor. Yeah, while the unknown beast is distracted. Beyond the door, you enter a nice room known as chiseled and refined. Red tapestry, chorus comfortable upgrading from the dark. Crumbling corridors just crawled out of. Play cases. Green fluid. Orbs. Play cases. Wolf-like creature, upside down. Creature's eyes twitch. 3. 2 severed human torsos together in gory mirror image. Ropey clusters of worm are spilling out from this. Ugh. It's empty, drain fluid, lacking a grisly companion. Oh. Why it's selecting text all of a sudden. Go north. No, closet to the east. North. Uh-oh. Girl, man. You walk up a small stair, open the door, and enter a sitting chamber, clanking and chains draw you further into the room. Bound to the throne, resting far wall of the chamber, you find a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bird. It looks off in the distance, unblinking. There's a large door to the west. You step closer, the creature speaks with a slow, raspy cadence. Ah, I feel a presence. What is it? What is it? Oh, what could it want with me? Little me, shackled away in these filthy metal irons, filthy little islands to hold my flesh and bones. It is a strange thing indeed. So very strange and fleshy it is. It reeks of otherworld, doesn't it? Little me wonders why it stands there poised with some unknown purpose. The thump, thump, thump of its heart beats a hair faster now, doesn't it? Like the tap, tap, tap of ticking time. What manner of fluids flow beneath its skins, wonders little me. Ah, its breast is tinged with wicked curiosity. Oh, what could it want with little me then? Want to stab it, steal, give it something? We'll give it sweet nectar. Uh, okay. Show some quests and stuff like that. I don't want to go too far into this because obviously, part of the story is, well, the whole game is playing the story, and we're making some progress through it. I think it's pretty cool. A little slow, and the interface could be a little snappier in some places. But I like the way it unrolls, and there's lots of options and stuff to do. South, 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 west, 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 substance. I don't have a way of collecting it. East, alcove, in, yes, back, east. Wait, what? That's weird. Huh. I thought there was a way to. There was an alcove that was a monster in. Maybe it's different depending. Locked. Right. Well, we'll have to figure those mysteries out at a later time. Pretty cool. This book is a dungeon. This dungeon is a book. The choose your own adventure game mixed with a lot of reading. Cheers.